What is up, everybody? Potbelly Pigs for Life here, and today we are taking a private helicopter tour here at Biosyn Sanctuary in the Dolomite Mountains. So here's a little bit of history about Biosyn. So Biosyn Genetics is a genetics company that specializes in the de-extinction of dinosaurs as well as other prehistoric animals. And so during the 1990s, they were huge rivals of InGen, who founded Jurassic Park. Fast forward to 2015, with the fall of Jurassic World and the bankruptcy of Masrani Global, who bought InGen in the late 1990s, Biosyn had the perfect opportunity to become well known in the de-extinction industry. And so here we are. So, enough talking. Let's head over to the response facility. So, most of the dinosaurs here in this park have been self-produced by Biosyn. However, there were a handful, or I should say there are a handful, that were transported from Sorna in 2016. And there are also some from Isla Nublar that have gotten onto the mainland after the 2018 Walking Manor incident. So we are here at the response facility, where the helicopter is just waiting for us. Alright guys, so we just got on the helicopter. Now, let's start the tour. Alright. Better hold on. It's gonna be very rocky. Alright, so let's start over here. And heading back to the early Jurassic period, we have the Kayenta Formation. Below us, you can see a pack of Dilophosaurus. But from what I heard, the Dilophosaurus DNA was stolen from Gen, but they were completely self-killed. So they weren't brought off of Sorna, they weren't brought off of Nublar, but their DNA was taken off of the islands. Now, in the exhibit right over there, you can see a Scelidosaurus over by the river. Now, these guys were an early type of ankylosaurid, and right below us you can see some Kayenta venators. Let's see if we can get over. Yep, there we go. Alright. Yep. That's sort of a better view. Up. Too far. Right over here. Yep. Right there you can see both a Scelidosaurus and a few Kayenta venators. Now, moving on to the Kyparus formation. Right over here, we've got a humongous herd of Parasaurolophus, which are also sharing their exhibit with a small group. Let's see if we can find them first. Nope, that's Parasaurolophus. Here we are. So the Parasaurolophus are sharing their exhibit with a small group of Triceratops. So, many people know the Parasaurolophus from the Dinosaur Park Formation in Alberta, Canada, but there are also different subspecies of Parasaurolophus found in Utah, where the Kyparus Formation is located, as well as New Mexico's Kirtland Formation. Now, in the exhibit sticking in the Kyparus Formation, early Cretaceous. Wait, no, I think it was late Cretaceous. We have an exhibit for Echinocephalus and Nizoodoceratops, which the Nizoodoceratopses were taken from the mainland, and they were originally residents of Niklaus, but they got onto the mainland after the Lockwood Manor incident. Now, moving over an exhibit, getting a good view, we have a pack of Niklaus Sampsoni, which is a small troodontid from the Parr formation, or sticking in the Parr formation. And then in the exhibit over, you can hear them, they're pretty loud. We have a gang of Withernacks right in the bush over there. You can see some. You can see one. You can see two of them over in the river. And then you can see one right over here. And you can hear it too. These guys are super noisy. So that is the Hyperwitz formation. Now sticking in the Cretaceous period, we are moving down a few states, remaining in the United States, but moving south into the state of Texas, where here we've got some pretty big dinosaurs, and also non-dinosaurs. So right here you can get a pretty good view of the Sauroposeidon. Ooh, you can actually see two of them. Now these guys like a lot of forest, so their exhibit is covered in forest. So these dinosaurs, from what I heard, were taken from Isla Sorna. So yeah, happy as can be. And then over in the next enclosure, I think I can sort of make out a meat feeder. And right here we have, you can faintly see it. Here we go. The Acrocanthosaurus. Big game requires a big predator, and the Acrocanthosaurus was the apex predator during the Lower Cretaceous, but eventually, competition between the new Tyrannosaurs would eventually cause the downfall of this magnificent beast. But here at Biosyn, this giant carnivore can roam once again. Now, sticking in the States, but going back a few million years into the Morrison Formation. So, this was during the peak of the Jurassic period. Golden age of dinosaurs. Somewhere in here. Oh, right here, you can see one of our Diplodocus. Hey, you can hear him too. Ooh, and right over there you can see another dinosaur in here, the iconic Stegosaurus. Now, these guys, I'm pretty sure, were taken off of Isla Sorna back in 2016, when the island was left abandoned. And right over there, you can see a pretty substantial herd of Dryosaurus. So now, right over there, you can see an Allosaurus just waking up from its nap. Now, these guys were apex predators. Maybe it's coming down. Sorry, I woke you up there, buddy. Here's another one. So now, these guys were taken from the mainland. After the Lockwood Manor incident, there was a pretty big Allosaurus problem in the United States. So, let's just say Biosyn did the US a huge favor in taking Allosauruses off the mainland. Well, that's our Diplodocus, and more Dryasauruses. So now, Drysaurus was a pretty defenseless dinosaur. So, it pretty much had zero defense, no tail whips or thagomizers on the ends of its tail. So, instead what it did was it mostly hung out with larger dinosaurs such as Stegosaurus and Diplodocus that could defend itself. And these guys kept an eye out for predators such as Ahlstrom and Ceratosaurus, while the Stegosaurus and Diplodocus did most of the hard work defending. So this is what we like to call a symbiotic relationship, and when two animals work together and both are benefiting. So the Drysaurus act as a lookout, and the Stegosaurus and the Diplodocus act as defense mechanisms. Now, jumping a few million years into the future, into the Tugulu group of Western China, and here, another Stegosaurid, the Werahosaurus. Now, these guys are pretty unique because during the Cretaceous period, many Stegosaurids were replaced with ankylosaurids, such as, Ankylosaurus, Rhodocephalus, Acanocephalus, which we saw earlier. However, there were still a few surviving Stegosaurids in the Cretaceous period, but there weren't very many, which makes the Brontosaurus here very unique. Now, sticking into the Tugulu group, we have over there. We have the Kelmaisaurus, which was a smaller Carcharodontosaurid from the Tugulu group. And now, right here, we're going to take a pit stop at our guest facility. So, where we were previously is mostly for staff. Most of our staff buildings are located there. But over here is the guest entrance of the Biosyn Valley. And of course, you can see here, we've got some guest amenities, and we've also got some aviaries. But in order for the guests to get over to the staff zone, they have to take the Hyperloop system, which is also how they get to the various outposts dotted around the sanctuary. So, we're just going to get dropped off right over here, so that way we can go check out some of the amazing pterosaurs that call this place home. Alright, so we just got off the helicopter at the guest area in the Biosyn Valley, where over here, if we enter this aviary viewing platform, you can see the Quetzalcoatlus. So these guys were from Texas during the Cretaceous, but there have also been Quetzalcoatlus found in the Cow Creek Formation of Montana. So that's where some of the most popular dinosaurs were found, such as T-Rex, Triceratops, Catiso, many others. And so the Quetzalcoatlus was the largest flying animal to ever live. And here we can see it once again, flying in the aviary domes of Biosyn Sanctuary. Now, if we walk a little ways over here, in this smaller aviary, we are going to head back to the Tugulu group in Western China to see a rather small pterosaur, the Zungaripteryx. Right over there, you can see a few flying over there. Got one resting on the rocks. On the rock. So, yeah, there's quite a few in here, but you can't really see them because they're pretty small. You can see a few flying around and sitting on rocks. And then across the way, as we pass this lovely little fountain, more viewing for the Quetzals. But over here, going all the way to South America, along the coasts, we have the Tropiognathus, which, oh, you can see some right over here. But, yeah, so these guys are, distinguished by their magnificent, beak shape. And so, yeah, these guys, you can find them along the coastlines of South America during the Cretaceous, where they mostly caught fish and nested on cliff sides. So moving on with the helicopter tour, we are sticking in the Cretaceous period, but this time we are in the Nament Formation of modern-day Mongolia, sticking on the continent of Asia. Well, right over here, you can see one of our two Therizzinosauruses. Just as we get a closer look. Where are they? Somewhere in this forest. Oh, I can kind of hear them. Up there you are! The Therizinosaurus. Now, these guys are distinguished from their huge claws, which gives them their name, which means scythe lizard. These guys, even though they are herbivores, they are extremely territorial, like modern-day hippos. And so because of that, we have to keep them away from our other Nament herbivores. Moving on, here, right over here, we have the Tarbosaurus. There we go. There's one right over there. Taking a little snooze. So these are the Tarbosauruses. Now they do look a lot like the iconic T-Rex, and they are related to T-Rexes. They are in the same family of theropods. But as you can tell, these guys have a small coating of feathers, whereas the Tyrannosauruses that InGen cloned do not. So now, over here, you can see some other herbivores. Right over here, you can see the adorable Homalocephalae. And you can also see some of the Gallimimuses, which these guys, there were a few taken from Isosorna, but most were taken from the mainland. After the Manor incident. And then one dinosaur taken from Sorna is the Achillibator, which, again, these guys like a lot of forest. You can find them. Right over there, we've got the Parrot Formation again. But somewhere in here, there is a pack of Achillibators. They're also pretty small compared to some of the other dinosaurs here. I think I spot a few actually. And you can hear them. Now these guys are pretty social animals. You can see a male and female together. Now, moving across the globe back into South America. Right over here, we have the apex predator, the Mapusaurus. Now, these guys are a lot similar to the Giganotosaurus, and in fact, they live on the same continent, and they're from the same theropod family. But these guys are the Mapusaurus, which fossil evidence supports the idea that these guys lived in pretty substantial groups, and when working together, were able to take down some of the largest dinosaurs on the continent, such as what we see in this exhibit, the Dreadnoughtus. This big sauropod here is the Dreadnoughtus, and sharing its exhibit is the Magnipolia, which was a hadrosaur that looked very similar to Corythosaurus, but was twice as tall. Now, traveling way back in time, long before even the first dinosaurs appeared in fossil records, into the Permian, where here we can see some Dimetrodons. Now, like I said, these guys existed way before the dinosaurs showed up in the fossil records, which obviously, if you put two and two together, means that these guys aren't dinosaurs. In fact, they are what we call synapsids. And these guys survived all the way until the Permian extinction, known as the Great Dying, in which more than 90% of life on Earth went extinct. So, therefore, scientists believe that this mass extinction was the greatest mass extinction event in history. And so now, heading back into the Cretaceous period, back into the States, where we started off, we have the Prince Creek Formation in what is now Alaska, in which we can see some Alaskan Troodons, which, as you can see here, these guys are heavily coated in feathers, which makes them heavily adapted to surviving the harsh winters of Cretaceous Alaska, in which, yes, there was snow during the Cretaceous, but also, since Alaska was at a much higher latitude than it is today, winters would have been complete darkness. So because of that, many paleontologists believe that Alaskan Troodons are in fact nocturnal, which is also supported by their massive, wide eye sockets. Now, our final exhibit on the tour, right here, sticking in the Prince Creek Formation, we've got a mixed exhibit of two herbivores, both, once again, well adapted for the harsh winters of Cretaceous Alaska. We have the Pachyrhinosaurus right over here. And then sharing its exhibit is a pretty big herd of Edmontosaurus. Now, these guys were also found in southern parts of North America, such as the Horseshoe Canyon and Dinosaur Park formations. And with that being said, that is the final enclosure on today's tour. Now, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's dinosaur vlog. If so, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to stay tuned for more Dynamite vlogs in the future. And I'll see you guys in the next vlog. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed today's little virtual vlog, as I call it. So I decided to style this video as sort of a vlog because originally I want to show myself building this park, but I tried it 2 times, and both times I could not get a good idea of exactly what I wanted to do. But it was only at the third try when I finally had a good idea, except I didn't get any footage of me building it. So I decided to give you guys a tour. Um, and so what better way to give you a tour than to style it like a vlog? And so I'm gonna make a few Jurassic World Evolution 2 videos like this, which are canonical to the franchise. Now, last time I made a Jurassic World Evolution 2 video, I got overwhelming amounts of support from you guys. I mean, 146 views. That is quite a lot, and from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate all of the support. And so, my goal for this video, let's see if we can get up to 200 views on this video. And also another goal that I want to introduce is let's see if we can get up to 50 subscribers by the time I go back to school in the fall. Like mentioned earlier, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If so, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to see some more Minecraft, Planet Zoo, and Jurassic World Evolution 2 content. And I will see you guys next time. Peace out.